Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be talking about Combat Utility Belt, also known as the CUB module. This is a very powerful module that has a lot to offer, so in today's video I'm just going to be touching on the basics, and then I plan to explain it a little bit further in depth later on. So let's go ahead and take a look first at one use case of the module in my character here. When I right click and I go to Status Effects, I can see that my typical default status icons as they are set up in Foundry have been removed, and I have replaced them with conditions as they are set up in D&D 5e. Furthermore, when I select that a character is currently being affected by a condition, say for instance the charmed condition here, it appears in the chat window displayed to everyone that is currently playing my game that this particular character is being affected by charmed. I've also set up as well that if I click this, it is linked to a journal entry that displays what the charm condition does, which is, maybe a helpful reminder for my players as well as, to be honest, sometimes even me. Alright, let's move on, and I will show you in settings what the other features of this module are, and as I'm moving, let me talk a little bit about those. This module can also be used to hide actors' names, such as monsters or villain names, if you want to avoid metagaming or just want to keep things a little bit hidden and secret. This module can cause players to identify when they are concentrating on a spell, and it can help remind them as well if they are hit to roll a concentration check. It can also even actually be set up to roll it automatically for them. So let's go into my configure settings so you can see all of that here. So we already have here Combat Utility Belt, and we can see there are some options here, but this is not everything that this module has to offer. Some of it is actually hidden behind here, the computer. So when I click this, it pops up with a gadget. So I want to select a gadget, and I want to start first with the concentrator. So with my setup here, I have enabled concentrator, so that is set up so that it's going to force concentration checks on any tokens that are concentrating on spells, such as, let's say, Large Reduce or Conjure or any of those sort of spells. It's linked to the status, to the condition concentrating. It will use the your con modifier. And you can also have it to notify chat, to prompt the player, and to automatically set concentrating status. So for example, if your player uses a spell that has concentration as part of the spell's description, it will automatically set the concentrating status on that player. So you can't, end up with a mistake where they are concentrating on two spells at the same time. There's actually even a feature as well here if you want to notify that they are doing that. So you can see there's a lot to offer here already that's kind of hidden behind the settings, not really visible right away. Let's move on to the next one. We have enhanced conditions. As I already showed you, I have enabled my enhanced conditions. I have outputted them to chat, and I chose to remove my default status ones because I find them unnecessary for my game, because I just use the basic ones. But you can choose to keep those as well, just you would have a very long list. Moving along as well, I find the next one to be also very useful. And this is where you can hide the names of monsters and hide the names of villains. You can choose to only hide some names, for example, only hiding friendly names, or only hiding hostile names, or hiding basically all of the names. So play around with this. These are the ones that I have because I don't mind keeping the friendly names right now displayed to my players. So you can see there's a lot that is offered in this module. There are a lot of features in like re-rolling initiative, things that you just probably want to take some time and play around with. I'm not going to go into all of this today. The last thing I really want to touch on is I wanted to touch on the condition lab and how you can set that up. So play around with this, see what works for your game, what you want to use, what you don't want to use. But the last thing I want to go over to is on the right hand side here, I have the condition lab. When I click this, it's going to show me the mapping possibilities I have for my conditions in my game. So I've already changed it from default to custom, and the reason I changed it from default to custom is I want to be able to use my own journal entries for when they are displayed in chat. But you could change the names of conditions here. You can change what icons are used. You can change the journal entry that is linked when it's in chat. You can create custom conditions if you have, as possibly I want to touch on maybe how you could link this to rage, or you can link this to bless. There's a lot that can be done with the condition lab here. So you can use this in your games and decide what is best, but I think it's very powerful and can be used for lots of things, and I unfortunately am not going to be touching on all that right now. But hopefully this is a good introductory video for you. If you are interested in Combat Utility Belt, you can see that there's a lot to offer in this module. Thanks everyone. I hope to hear any questions you might have in the comments, and let me know if there's anything else I can help with.